Alrighty, in this video, we're pretty much only going to be using Blueprint, but we're going to be working in our third-person animation blueprint right here. Let's go close down whatever jumbo's in there, and here we are. So, in our third-person animation blueprint we have our event blueprint, or our update animation that gets triggered. We can go through, yada, 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 all that fun stuff. What we're going to want to do is pretty much alter our spine rotation. So I have not done this in a while, so forgive me. So we're going to open up our animation graph. And here we want to rotate. Actually, do we want to do that here? Let me see. Was it rotate bone? No. Bone. What is it? That's to separate the upper and lower body. We'll deal with that later. Maybe it was in the event graph. All right, let me figure out what that function was called, but it's something to do with the bone rotation. I gotta look it up real quick. Okay, so I was right the first time. It's just called transform. So transform, modify bone. Right here, we can select the bone we want to do. In our case, we want to rotate the spine. So if we look at the skeleton, click on the spine. That's the one I want to have it be pivoted by. We want to rotate spine 1. And translation, just going to ignore it. And link up the poses. Make it look pretty. And now we just pretty much need to work out the rotation. So currently, this, it's not doing anything. And I think we can actually disable, exposes pin. We're going to uncheck for translation. And same thing as scale, because we want to do just the rotation. Now for variables, we're going to add a new one, and let's call this one spine rotation. And we need to change it to a rotator. Let's get it. And this is what we use to control our spine's rotation. All right, what are you complaining about? What do you mean no components? I'm not worried. All right, so now we need to set the spine rotation. So we can actually try to change the default value and just see roughly what happens. That added a lot of lag. Let's bump you to, I don't know if you'll do anything, 60, 50, and I don't know, 80. On save, and nothing's still happening. So we still have an issue somewhere here. So no components to modify selected. Okay, well, rotation is set to something other than ignore. No, it is not. Rotation mode. We want to, let's add to existing. So there we can now see the result. So let's click on our rotation. Let's set these back to 0. We can see here for the X, we increase it forwards, even though it lags quite a bit as it's doing whatever that is that it's doing. Oh, that's neat. Let's set that to 50. But you can see it's looking down. Set it to 45, look up a little bit more. Set it up to -45, he looks up. 90, we're bent over. 0, we're back to neutral. So pretty much we're only going to be altering the X of our rotation. So the X, in this case, let's see. Let's break this. Where's it? Break? Yeah, break rotator. So that's going to be the roll. So we want to modify the roll. So let's go back to our event graph. And at the end of it, we can start. So get our spine rotation. Let's get our get control. Or is it just control rotation? It's like get controller rotation or something along those lines. So let's try to find it real quick. Yeah, maybe it's off our player controller. So get player controller. We can just get our first index. Then control rotation. There it is. Get control rotation. And as you can see, it takes in the rotators. We're going to split it. We have our roll, Y, and blah, blah, blah. Everything else. So for example, let's say we connect the X. And go figure, we can't do that. So let's, what is it? Can I split you? Yes, I can. Connect the roll to the roll. And just see what happens. So I look straight down. I look straight up. Nothing is happening. So let's see. In this set. What do you mean nothing's happening? Let's forget player controller is returning a null pointer, or something invalid. So basically, something's goofing up here. But that's the only way we can really get the control rotation. So with the animation blueprint, because we are the owner of this guy here, we can actually go through and just get our player controller using this way. So we're going to do it by index. So that allows us to get our own player controller in case that wasn't clear. So we might have issues with the, I don't know. Let's see, what would actually be causing this? Because you should be getting set. There's nothing branching away. No. Get pawn owner should be valid, otherwise it wouldn't be playing any of these animations. That should be still good there. Okay, remove that. Switch it. What is it? Get aim base rotation is the new function we're gonna have to try. So here we have get pawn owner. It returns a pawn. Can we get it off of here? Yes, we can. So off of our pawn owner, we can get our base aim rotation. Let's drag that. Oops. Let's drag this way down. Split it and connect roll to roll and just see what happens. Okay, so now we look down, look up, blah blah blah, and as you can tell,